Hello and welcome, I'm Tutor Phil, and in this video we'll learn how to read and understand Shakespeare, and particularly Sonnet 18, and this is video part 1. Now in this series of 3 videos, we'll read and analyze the structure of William Shakespeare's Sonnet 18. It's probably the most famous of his sonnets. And remember that you can apply the lessons learned here in reading any piece of literature, including nonfiction. So let's see. First of all, let me introduce you to the concept of the Comprehension Pyramid. The Comprehension Pyramid is a graphical representation of how comprehension, at least the way I teach it, how it works. And the way I teach it is, you see, one side of it is structure. Now the other side of it is meaning. And the way it works is, as you comprehend the structure, as you rather see the structure, the better you see the structure, the better you understand the meaning, until in the end they converge and you say, I got it, and you have full comprehension. And that's how it works. Therefore, in order to understand the meaning, we need to look for the structure. So structure comes first. If we see the structure, we will understand, we will comprehend the meaning. So this is Shakespeare's Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? You can find it online. You can just pause the video and read it here, but I'm not going to read through the whole thing. I'm going to assume that you have read this sonnet. Well, definitely by the end of video 3 in the series, you will have full comprehension of the sonnet. Well, let's take a look at it, because we're looking for the main structure. So first things first, let's get some vocabulary out of the way. In line 1, the word thee simply means you. In line 2, the word thou also simply means you. It's just a different declension, don't worry about it. It's just both of these words simply mean you. And in line 9, thy means your or yours. Okay, quite simply. So now, in order to see the structure, we need to continually ask these 2 questions. And these are the questions. Question number 1, what are the parts? And question number 2, what is the relationship between the parts? Okay, what are the parts and what is the relationship between the parts? Very important. So we're back to our sonnet, and let's take a closer look. Let's take a look at lines 1 and 2. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. So in line 1, Shakespeare tells you exactly right off the bat what he's going to accomplish in this sonnet. He wants to compare thee, meaning you, to a summer's day or to the summer. Doesn't matter. You versus the summer. So this already signals to me that there could be possibly 2 parts to this sonnet. But let's see how it works. In line 2, he actually gives you, he says, well, you are more lovely and more temperate. So he gives you the contrast. Yes, you are more lovely and you are more temperate than the summer. And as a result, lines 1 and 2 contain the argument, okay, much like an argumentative essay. In fact, this is perfect exposition. This works like a perfect college essay would work, in which you say, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to support, this is exactly what I'm going to prove, this is how I'm going to prove it, okay? This is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to compare you to the summer, and this is exactly what I'm going to say about it. You are more lovely and more temperate. It's a perfectly clear argument. Okay, so again, Shakespeare is about to compare you to the summer, and it's perfectly clear right from the beginning. So to find our main structure, we have to look for some key words. And what are the key words? The key words are words like and or the word but, and their permutations. For example, versions of the word and would be in addition, also, and so on. And versions of the word but could be however, nevertheless, unfortunately, and words like that. So our keyword here is the word but in line 9. And what it does is, the word but separates the 2 main sections of the sonnet. Now one is about you, and the other one is about summer. Okay, let's take a closer look. See how perfectly Shakespeare structures the sonnet. Lines 3 through 8 are about the summer. They're devoted to the summer. And lines 9 through 14 are devoted to you. Perfectly in accordance with line 1. I'm comparing you to the summer. Now, if it were completely perfect, if there's such a thing, of course, you would come first because he mentions you first in line 1 and then the summer, but it doesn't matter. This is Shakespeare, let him do what he wants. This is still perfectly clear. I'm comparing you to the summer is in lines 3 through 8, and you are in lines 9 through 14. This is perfect exposition, and when I teach essay writing, this is exactly how I teach my students to write. Put your argument up front in the beginning and then structure your essay perfectly. This is a very clear and perfect example how to write a comparative essay. In this case, of course, it's a sonnet by Shakespeare. thanks for watching, and I'll post the link to part 2 in the description below, where we'll talk about the deeper structure of the sonnet.